All right, Trey, get your saddle on.
We've thought about selling beef for a lot of years.
Heave it up there. There you go.
But never really had the piece to go direct to the consumer. And we're trying to put all the pieces together, and it's a lot, and I think that's why we're so unique. Raising cattle, there's a lot of steps in between.
You ready, Trey?
I mean, you care for them night and day.
Get your reins wrapped up.
365 days a year. We know from the time that calf is conceived to the time that he's fat, we know everything about that cow.
The whole thing really started where we thought it would be nice to be able to process our own cattle for ourselves. We have been raising them for years, but we just wanted to be able to eliminate that one step and be able to process them ourselves.
Our idea is to basically cut out the middlemen. I believe Wiley Ranch Beef gives us this opportunity to put a good tasting steak on your plate. The care they get here is going to be different. We know everything about that animal, its whole lifespan. It may sound kind of cheesy, but those animals are really kind of part of your family.
We get up before daylight and we go feed the cattle. I mean, we're here for each other. You know, it's just a rewarding way of life.
Either you enjoy it or you don't. If you didn't enjoy it, you wouldn't be doing it.
You could have a snowstorm in October here. We've had a blizzard in May. Our fingers and toes and face are freezing just right along next to them, and we're trying to get them warm before we get warm.
I watch these guys grow up from little boys, to men, and, there's nothing wrong with work. We've done that for our whole lives. I mean, we knew what work was.
My life is really different from other people's lives. We're out in the fields all day, and we get up at 4 a.m., and I love that. I love every bit of it.
A lot of us have the same goals, at the end of the day. Farming, the cattle.
The willingness to really get after it. We thrive on that. We know everything about that crop, and we know a lot about our cattle. And I do believe you can taste that.
When you go out there and work really hard to get your fields ready and you're planting the corn and it's just coming up, that's just a wonderful feeling.
And the best thing's when you get in that combine and you go out there and you start cutting. You can hear that grain coming through and going into the combine. So it gives you a good feeling.
It does.
You've got to feed the right kind of things to these cattle. That makes that steak more appetizing.
You hear a lot about grass-fed cattle. We do that too, to a point for sure. All of our cattle spend quite a bit of time on grass. We'll bring them up to 500-600 pounds. Then we roll into a more nutritious grain blend that we've grown, and I think that's the difference. And then I really think what puts icing on the cake is the dry aging. Our beef may take a little longer to finish, but you'll be able to taste the difference. We have really deep roots here in Wiley. We're basically doing the same thing as our great-great-grandfathers did. It's an honor for me to kind of carry on the tradition, to hand it down to Trey. It's a wonderful thing to be able to finish these cattle and offer it to the public. We wouldn't trade this lifestyle for anything. We're as simple as you could possibly make it. No nonsense, common sense approach to everything we do.
Me as being a mom and being a parent, I like to know what I'm feeding my family, and I like to know what I'm feeding my kids, and I like being able to be that person that they're getting food from that they trust.
Looking back on everything that's happened through the years, I think really all the pieces of the puzzle are kind of finally snapping together. It's taken 100 years to make beef truly taste as good.